Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. We are diving deep today into a topic that's crucial to retail success, but, often overlooked, the role of commercial brokers.
Hmm.
And we're going to be pulling insights from this excerpt that we got called A Retailer's Ace, the indispensable advice of a commercial broker.
Okay.
So we're going to try to really equip you with that knowledge that you need to understand just how valuable these professionals can be.
All right.
So imagine this, right? You're about to launch that, dream business. Maybe it's a cozy little coffee shop or an art supply store. You're passionate.
Yeah.
You have the inventory ready, but then it hits you.
Oh.
Finding the perfect location and deciphering those lease agreements
Oh, yeah.
can feel like you're navigating a minefield.
For sure.
That's where the commercial broker steps in.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
Retail is so much more than just selling products. It's about curating an experience
Right.
and choosing the right location that plays a huge role in shaping that experience.
Absolutely. And it's not just about finding, an empty storefront. It's about finding a space that truly aligns with your brand, with your target customer. So I'm guessing that's where the commercial broker's expertise really comes into play.
Exactly. A good broker is deeply immersed in the retail landscape. They are constantly analyzing market trends, studying those consumer demographics, understanding the nuances of all the different retail spaces out there.
Mm.
They can tell you which neighborhoods are attracting a certain type of customer, where foot traffic is heaviest at different times of the day,
Mm.
and even identify up-and-coming areas that are right for a certain type of business.
So it's like having a retail scout who can pinpoint the exact coordinates for where your business is going to thrive.
Exactly.
That's incredible. But I'm curious, how do they actually go beyond just those basic demographic details to really understand what makes a location successful?
So let's take the example of a bookstore. A broker wouldn't just look at the number of people living within a certain radius.
Hmm.
They would dig much deeper. They'd consider the proximity to schools and libraries, the presence of other businesses that attract, book lovers, even the walkability, the overall ambience of the neighborhood.
Oh.
They're looking for those subtle cues that create a natural synergy between the business and its surroundings.
So it's almost like they're like anthropologists studying the social ecosystem of a neighborhood to determine if a business will fit in and flourish.
That's a great way to put it. They're looking beyond just the raw data and tapping into those less tangible aspects of location like community vibe, cultural identity.
Okay, so let's say the broker has helped you identify a few promising locations. I imagine the next hurdle is navigating that dreaded lease agreement.
Oh,
Those things can be pretty intimidating even for a seasoned business owner.
you're not wrong. Leases are filled with legal jargon and complex clauses that can easily trip someone up. And that's where a commercial broker truly becomes invaluable. They act as your advocate. They use their expertise to decipher the fine print, explain the implications of different terms, and negotiate favorable conditions for you.
So they're not just finding this space, they're also making sure you don't get caught in a lease that could hurt your business down the line, which seems crucial, especially for, somebody who's new to the game.
Exactly. A good broker will carefully analyze things like rental rates, lease duration, maintenance responsibilities, even options for renewal or expansion.
Hmm.
They'll know the market rates for similar properties and use that knowledge to make sure that you're getting a fair deal. But it's not just about getting the lowest price. They're also looking out for potential pitfalls that you might miss.
Such as, what's an example of a hidden gotcha that a broker might spot in a lease agreement?
Okay, here's a common one. A clause that allows the landlord to pass on unexpected operating costs to the tenant. So let's say there's a major roof repair needed. Without a carefully worded clause, you could end up shouldering a huge unexpected expense. A broker will fight to include language that protects you from those scenarios.
That's a real eye-opener.
Yeah.
It's like having a legal detective on your side, scrutinizing every detail to make sure you're not signing away your financial security.
Hmm.
But I'm curious, how do brokers actually find those hidden gem locations, the ones that, aren't even publicly listed?
Yeah.
You mentioned off-market opportunities earlier.
That's a key part of their value. They have their ear to the ground, constantly networking with property owners, developers, other brokers.
Mm.
They often know about spaces that are becoming available before they're ever listed publicly.
Wow.
This gives your clients a huge advantage, especially in competitive markets where desirable locations are just snapped up so quickly.
So it's not just about searching those online listings, it's about tapping into this hidden network of possibilities, which I bet can be a game changer for a retailer looking for a truly unique space.
It can make all the difference. Take, for example, a young entrepreneur who wanted to open a vintage clothing store in a trendy downtown area. We're talking prime real estate, high demand, lots of competition. Through his network, he found out about a charming historic building that was being renovated.
Hmm.
But the owner wasn't planning to list it publicly.
Oh, wow.
The broker was able to connect the two, and the entrepreneur ended up securing a lease on a space that perfectly captured the vibe of his brand. It never would have happened through a traditional search.
Wow, that's an incredible story. It really highlights the power of a broker's connections, their ability to think outside the box. But, finding the right location, negotiating that solid lease, it's just the beginning, right? What happens after the ink is dry?
That's a great question, and it leads us to another crucial aspect of a broker's role. They're not just deal makers, they're relationship builders.
So it's more of a partnership than a one-time transaction.
Exactly. A good broker is invested in your long-term success. They understand that the retail landscape is constantly evolving, and they're there to help you navigate those changes.
Hmm.
They'll stay in touch, offer advice on lease renewals, connect you with other professionals you might need, and even help you brainstorm ideas for expanding or adapting your business.
That's pretty remarkable. So it sounds like they become more than just a broker. They almost become a trusted advisor, almost like a mentor in the retail world.
You could definitely say that, and that level of support can be invaluable, especially for a new business owner who is facing all of the challenges of starting and growing a company.
It's clear that there's so much more to a commercial broker's role than meets the eye. We've only just scratched the surface, and I'm already seeing how they can be that ace in the hole for retailers.
For sure.
But before we dive deeper, we'll
Okay.
we'll come back and uncover even more about the indispensable role of commercial brokers in retail success.
Sounds good.
And we're back, continuing our deep dive into the world of commercial brokers and their impact on retail success. And before the break, we were talking about how these brokers become long-term partners, not just one-time deal makers.
Right. And that's so important because the retail landscape is, it's like a constantly shifting puzzle.
Yeah.
Trends change. Consumer behavior evolves. Retailers need to adapt to stay ahead of the curve. A commercial broker can be a vital guide through all of those changes.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, just look at the rise of e-commerce. It's completely transformed how people shop. So how does a commercial broker actually factor that into their recommendations for clients?
Well, they're not stuck in that brick-and-mortar mindset. A savvy broker understands that retailers need to meet customers where they are, whether that's online, in a physical store, or a blend of both.
Right.
They might suggest a smaller physical footprint combined with a robust online presence or a location that's strategically positioned for efficient delivery and pickup services.
So they're thinking about those omni-channel strategies, ensuring that the physical space actually complements and enhances the online experience. It's like they're architects of a brand's overall presence, not just its physical manifestation.
That's a great way to put it. They're thinking holistically about how the space will function within a larger ecosystem. Another example is the growing emphasis on sustainability. Consumers are becoming much more eco-conscious, and they're seeking out brands and businesses that align with those values.
For sure.
So a broker might steer a client towards a space with, energy-efficient features, or even advocate for the inclusion of sustainable elements during those lease negotiations.
So it's not just about finding a space that looks good. It's about finding a space that reflects a brand's commitment to sustainability and resonates with the customer's values. That adds a whole new layer of complexity to the broker's role.
Definitely. They're considering not just the physical attributes of a space, but also its alignment with, a brand's ethos, the target customer's lifestyle. It's about creating a sense of authenticity and purpose. And speaking of evolving trends, we've seen a resurgence of pop-up shops and temporary retail experiences in recent years.
Oh, absolutely. They're popping up everywhere. And it seems like consumers love that element of surprise and exclusivity.
It's a great way for brands to test new markets, create buzz, and engage with customers in a more experiential way. And a commercial broker can play a key role in navigating that world as well.
Okay.
They can help find short-term leases, negotiate favorable terms for pop-up spaces, and even connect clients with other businesses for collaborative pop-up ventures.
It sounds like they're not just real estate experts, but also trend analysts and networkers. They're connecting the dots between retailers, landlords, and even customers to create these dynamic and engaging retail experiences.
It's a fascinating evolution of their role, and it all circles back to the importance of relationships and understanding the nuances of the retail landscape, something you just simply can't get from an online search or a do-it-yourself approach.
It strikes me that a huge part of this boils down to trust as a retailer. You're entrusting a commercial broker with a significant part of your business's success.
That's a crucial point. You're relying on their expertise, their judgment, and their ability to look out for your best interests. It's like any important partnership, you need that foundation of trust and mutual respect.
So how does a retailer actually go about finding a broker who's the right fit for them? Someone that they can truly trust and rely on?
It starts with research and due diligence.
Hmm.
Talk to other business owners, get referrals, look at a broker's track record and experience. Don't be afraid to ask questions and really dig into their approach and philosophy.
So it's like finding a business partner or a key employee. You want to make sure their values and goals align with yours.
Exactly. And when you find that right fit, it can be a transformative experience for your business because a great commercial broker doesn't just find you a space, they help you unlock the full potential of your brand and create a retail experience that truly resonates with your customers.
This deep dive has definitely shifted my perspective on commercial brokers. I used to think they were just deal makers, but now I see them as strategic partners, advisors, even visionaries who help shape the retail landscape.
And that's the power of diving deep, isn't it? Peeling back the layers to reveal the complexity and nuance of a topic.
Absolutely, but I feel like we're just getting started. There's still so much more to explore in this fascinating world of commercial real estate and retail. So stay tuned because we'll be back after a quick break to uncover even more insights from a retailer's ace. The indispensable advice of a commercial broker.
And we're back, folks,
Yeah.
continuing to dive deep into the world of commercial brokers
Yeah.
and their impact on retail success.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating to see all the different ways that they contribute to, retailers' journey.
Yeah. As we've been talking, I keep thinking back to that phrase from our source material. A commercial broker may just be your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Really encapsulates the essence of their role, wouldn't you say?
It does. It really highlights that strategic advantage that they offer. That secret weapon that can help retailers navigate all the complexities of the market and achieve their goals. And it's not just about finding any space or signing any lease. It's about finding the perfect fit
Right.
for your unique business, negotiating terms that protect your interests and having a trusted advisor by your side every step of the way. Exactly. It's like having, a seasoned guide leading you through uncharted territory. Someone who knows the terrain can anticipate potential obstacles and help you make informed decisions.
This deep dive has really made me realize that finding the right commercial broker isn't just an expense.
Right.
It's an investment in your future success.
Is.
They can save you so much time, money, and headaches down the road by helping you avoid costly mistakes and make strategic choices that set you up for, that long-term growth.
I couldn't agree more. They're not just facilitators of transactions. They're partners in your success. They're invested in seeing your business thrive.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway that you want our listeners to walk away with?
If you're even considering venturing into the world of retail, don't go it alone. Reach out to a commercial broker. Have a conversation. Pick their brain. Learn from their experience.
It's like a free consultation with a retail expert. What do you have to lose?
Exactly. And who knows, that initial conversation could spark a partnership that sets you on the path to retail success.
Well said. That's a fantastic note to end on. So, to our listeners out there, as you embark on your retail journey, remember the power of a commercial broker. They're not just an expense, they're an investment in your future. And as always, keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep those entrepreneurial dreams alive.
Thanks for listening, everybody.